I'm always asking myself if the camera's uh, clear enough, or if the camera's making a clear image. But I think I just need to start doing a little test video before I start recording. I ain't got time for that. I should take the time though. But anyway, this is season 1, episode 5, titled "The Gunslinger of the Mandalorian." So the story has picked up, I guess, but it's basically a chase. And at least from my point of view, I'm watching to see if the Mandalorian's ever going to get himself in a pickle or a jam in which he cannot get out of. So far, he hasn't done that. But if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I always do the end of the video. I primarily talk about the end of the movie or the end of the show that I'm watching because it's the last thing I saw. Makes sense, right? So at the end of this episode, he winds up he gets some more enemies. It looks like I really. It's kind of dark when I was watching it. I was making my lunch for tomorrow, but look like you may have gotten a new enemy. But anyway, so the basic story is it starts off with a dog fight or a plane duel or plane battle, but it's called a dog fight. Interestingly enough, if you don't know by now, I do like history. I can remember watching a documentary where two World War II fighter pilots, or just was it just one? Whatever. It was a fighter pilot who actually flew a propeller-driven fighter plane. Was recounting his one of his kills. I won't go into too much detail about it, but believe it or not, the Mandalorian pulls off the same maneuver that this guy is describing from World War II. Which I was waiting for it as I'm watching it. It's basically you stop your plane and either like go up or go down or something or stall it, causing the plane that's chasing you behind but you got to time it just right so that plane behind you, oh my god, and then like fly over you or wherever the case is. But then that puts that plane right in your sights, and you could take it out that way, right? So me anticipating that and actually seeing it, I was actually happy that it happened. And maybe I'm just jabbering on and on about it, but I like seeing stuff like that can possibly be considered historically accurate, if you will. I mean, of course, I wasn't alive during that. I don't know anybody who was, and I only know from those documentaries. But anyway, I'm getting off track. It's interesting enough. I think I said that twice, right? Whatever. The funny thing is, now for the last what 3 or 4 videos I've done on the Mandalorian, I've been basically screaming at the top of my lungs without screaming at the top of my lungs that this reminds me so much of a Western. And then here you have this episode titled "The Gunslinger," which is like, come on. At this point, I don't know. At this point, it's more than obvious. But like I said so many times, it doesn't take away. It does not take away from. It does not take away from the show in any way. It's just interesting that that's still popular. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me stop jabbing and try and get the. Just a little excited today. So let me try and get the overview of the episode. So yeah, it starts off with him in a dogfight. He winds up flying to some random planet again. Uh, the lady who plays the mechanic isn't that interesting of a character. Gonna go ahead and say that. I feel like she's meant to be the comedic relief in this episode, and she does a very poor job of it. Oof. I don't know why I feel bad saying that, but just this wasn't. I'm assuming that she was meant to be the comedic. I don't know if she was or not, but I don't see. Anyway, he gets there. No drones, this and that. Okay. So he goes out and tries to find mercenary work so he can pay for the repairs. Um, really no luck, but there happens to be some guy there who I felt like would have been the comedic relief. If I feel like he was probably slated to be the comedic relief for the episode. I don't know why I'm searching for the funny person. Anyway, um, they wind up working on a deal. He winds up going with him. They wind up hunting down some really really talented killer or whatever, assassin. They wind up tricking her. He's basically using that guy as bait, which is like whatever, do whatever you need to survive. If he dies, he dies. No big deal. Uh, Another good fight scene, very well choreographed, I have to say. It's not the best, but it's far from the worst that I've ever seen. So that handle, I think she ends up putting him in an armbar, like a flying armbar at that. But I guess it could be considered a flying armbar. It's like jujitsu stuff. But it puts him that, and they add in a cracking sound effect. Then he gets up and his arm is fine. It's like, oh god, why would you put in a sound to make it seem like she broke his arm or dislocated his elbow or something like that? Then he gets up and is fine. So if he's gonna get up and be fine, why add in that sound? I don't know. See, now I'm nitpicking. I should be enjoying the show, but now I'm nitpicking. Anyway, so then it turns dark, which it never surprises me to see some so I guess evil behavior from a character in anything remotely related to Disney. It's always surprising to see that. But of course, I want to jump back to that first Star Wars movie that came out in so many years that Disney was behind, and it was dark, but that actually completed the movie. It made that movie what it was and what it is. Now, let me get off that topic and get back to this episode. So, from there, he does this little dark thing. You're like, oh, I wasn't expecting it. And of course, the Mandalorian rolls back into town and is unscathed by any attacks and saves Baby Yoda once again. And that's the episode. This brings up another problem that I've been having with the last couple episodes. They're not long enough. Some are like 20 minutes, some are like in the 30s, and some are around the 40s, almost 50. But I guess each story is told as long as it needs to get told. As long as it needs to be, I guess. If that makes any sense. One thing, I don't think I mentioned it so far. If I did, I'm going to say it again. These little drawings or paintings that they have at the end, cutting out specific scenes in the episode, I think, man, they add so much. They add so much to the episode. You almost want to watch the whole credits just to see this beautiful artwork that they've created or that somebody's created. I feel like it may be from the storyboard, but I'm not 100%. I don't know, but it's fantastic to watch. I mean, if you don't know by now, I do have a thing for art, a little bit. I'm not like a super connoisseur or anything like that, but I do like art. So me watching that or me seeing that, it's like, oh, it's good. So overall, it's a good episode. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the next one. Oh, I'm still trying this new thing out. So if you like this video, be sure and check out my other videos. Not gonna list all the videos I have. I just did a movie review after a real long hiatus, I guess. 12 Angry Men. So check that out.